So you must think Zeekr is just another cheap Chinese car brand that nobody's heard of. Yeah, that's exactly what BMW thought. That's what Mercedes believed. That's what every legacy automaker was counting on. And that's precisely why they're all in full panic mode right now. Because while you were sleeping on Zeekr, calling them just another Chinese brand, they were busy doing something absolutely insane. They weren't trying to copy the Germans or chase Tesla. No. They were quietly building vehicles so advanced, so powerful, and so ridiculously capable that when the automotive world finally looked up, it was already too late. Here's what nobody tells you. Zeekr just unveiled their 2026 lineup, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this. These 5 models are making million-dollar supercars look slow, making luxury brands look outdated, and making the entire industry question everything they thought they knew about electric vehicles. And the most shocking part? The prices. Oh man, the prices are going to make you angry you didn't know about this brand sooner. We're talking about a hypercar that does 0 to 60 in 2.07 seconds, faster than a Bugatti, for a fraction of the price. We're talking about luxury MPVs with features that embarrass a Maybach. We're talking about SUVs with nearly 800 horsepower that cost less than a base model German SUV. This isn't about cheap anymore. This is about Zeekr absolutely dominating. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why legacy automakers are terrified. Because what you're about to see isn't just cars, it's a complete revolution that's happening right under everyone's noses. So if you thought you could ignore Chinese EVs, think again. Stay with me, share this with every car enthusiast you know, and get ready to have your mind completely blown. Welcome to the best car channel on YouTube. This is Out of Cars. Let's expose what the industry doesn't want you to see. Number 5. Zeekr 7X 2026. We start this list with a launch that's going to drive half the automotive planet crazy. I present to you the Zeekr 7X 2026, the new electric SUV that arrives with all the essence of the brand, but with a price that honestly nobody expected. Zeekr did what they do best again: take cutting-edge technology, make it accessible, and maintain the DNA that turned them into an icon in just a few short years. Here, they didn't invent anything weird. They didn't throw in gimmicks to distract or experimental systems. They went for what works. And speaking of power, Zeekr didn't play around. They gave it the same heart as their flagship models, the dual motor setup that has proven to be practically indestructible, the advanced electric drivetrain capable of generating 422 horsepower, a system proven in the harshest conditions around the world. And for those who want more range and less charging stops, there'll be a long-range version with an extended battery pack, perfect for demanding work and long trips. Zeekr said, here, we're going for reliability, and that's why this model is going to sell like hotcakes. But the magic isn't just in the mechanics. Look at the design. This 7X stands firm, with a front that steals glances from the first time. It's built on the CEA platform, the same base as the 001 and 009, but adapted for a compact and super functional format. Unibody construction, intelligent all-wheel drive, and behavior worthy of a premium electric SUV. The design, without a doubt, is a jewel. It transports you to the future. LED light bars, sculpted body lines, elevated stance, everything inspired by Zeekr's futuristic design language. And yes, Zeekr knows it. Tech enthusiasts are going to fall head over heels from the first glance. Inside, they also did serious work. A completely renovated dashboard, high-quality materials, pleasant touch, useful controls, a steering wheel that feels solid, and of course, advanced driver assistance systems included from the base version. And now yes, I'll tell you about the strongest blow: the price. Zeekr confirmed that this 7X will arrive in China starting at $30,000, and the strategy is to bring it to global markets with that same approach: accessible, capable, and without so many complications. And believe me, when legacy brands see that number, they're going to start sweating cold. This electric SUV comes to conquer Zeekr fans, and those who aren't fans yet. It's also proof that Zeekr is coming back full force with models that are hard to ignore. Number 4. Zeekr 001 FR 2026. we couldn't leave out one of the most anticipated launches of the entire automotive industry. This is the Zeekr 001 FR 2026, the Chinese performance sedan that's breaking all the rules, the absolute king of electric performance, and the one that finally, after dominating the market, receives an even extreme version. Zeekr didn't want to rush. It's an iconic vehicle around the world, and they couldn't afford to launch it halfway. While the competition was putting out models full of empty promises and questionable build quality, Zeekr was preparing its silent strike, and when it arrived, it left everyone frozen. Here, it's completely renewed, more modern, more aggressive, and more capable than ever. And let's start with something thousands of owners were screaming for: raw performance. The power in the standard 001 was always impressive, but this time Zeekr listened and applied quad motor technology, a reinforced chassis, and improvements in cooling to make this the fastest production sedan ever made in China. Yes, Zeekr finally corrected the detail most requested for this model. On the outside, the change is brutal: a more aggressive front grille, a robust face with strong character, LED headlights in a sharp design, massive wheels, and a wider and firmer stance. It's a 001 FR that now truly looks modern, imposing, and updated to really compete. But where Zeekr is going to scare more than one brand is in the powertrain. The 001 FR 2026 arrives with a renewed quad motor system that delivers an insane 1,248 horsepower with efficiency that exceeds expectations. More power, more efficiency, and less charging time. Exactly what people have been asking for years. And if that surprises you, listen to this. Zeekr confirmed a 0 to 60 time of just 2.07 seconds. That means this thing competes with hypercars that cost 10 times more, a direct blow to the competition. This new version integrates advanced autonomous driving capabilities with emergency braking, advanced pedestrian detection, lane keeping assist, and a smarter adaptive cruise control. The Chinese brand continues leading in active safety, and we all know that. The price draws a lot of attention this year, and it's expected to start around $80,000. And believe me, when it arrives with that price and this level of performance, several brands are going to start trembling. Because if Zeekr does something better than anyone, it's cars that don't fail, don't lose value, and that last decades. And not just anyone can boast that. With the 001 FR 2026, Zeekr is looking to completely recover the crown of the wildest segment in the market. And seeing what they did with this new version, I assure you they're coming for everything. And don't move, because now we enter the top 3 of the most anticipated Zeekr models of 2026, and the next one is a brand new launch with an unbelievable price.
Number 3. Zeekr 009 2026. We open the top 3 with a vehicle that Zeekr created with a very clear mission: pure luxury, real capacity, and zero unnecessary gimmicks. This is the Zeekr 009 2026, the MPV that many families were waiting for, and that arrives to put order in a segment that was filling up with supposed luxury vans that only serve for photos. And listen to this, the 009 is basically the ultimate family hauler, but electric. Just as you hear it, it's built to be more accessible, more spacious, and more functional. Zeekr didn't want to invent anything weird or experiment with technologies nobody asked for. They did what they know how to do: a strong vehicle, reliable, and ready to transport your family all week. Zeekr decided to give it a heart we already know, and that's more than proven in the most demanding conditions in the world. The dual-motor electric setup with 536 horsepower, an electric drivetrain that isn't experimental, it's not a risky bet. It's the same technology proven for years in hundreds of thousands of units around the world. If Zeekr does something better than anyone, it's that they don't launch a powertrain without testing it to exhaustion. That's why their systems don't fail, don't give headaches, and that's why this 007 continues leading above many who boast numbers but not durability. In safety, they didn't stay behind either. The 2026 model maintains advanced driver assistance with automatic braking, lane assist, pedestrian recognition, and a more refined adaptive cruise control system. Everything people demand today, but at a Zeekr level. And the price is almost a direct message to the competition. While many legacy brands are raising prices desperately to maintain margins, Zeekr stayed firm. Because when you buy a Zeekr, you buy real value. Globally, this sedan is positioned around $45,000 for base versions, a solid price for a sedan that maintains value, that doesn't fail, and that doesn't abandon you. That's why this sedan became the favorite of thousands of families around the world. And now in 2026, with this update, it comes with all the intention of continuing to dominate. Number 2. Zeekr 007 2026. In this position, I bring one of the most popular electric sedans of recent years, and that arrives renewed to continue selling thousands and thousands of units. This is the Zeekr 007 2026. The sedan Zeekr polished thoroughly because they saw how legacy brands were struggling with electrification. And Zeekr, who stays quiet but never sleeps, prepared this model with the best they have: proven electric powertrains and the reputation of Chinese innovation that no legacy brand has been able to replicate. This 007 arrives with the intention of giving an authoritative blow to the Tesla Model 3 and the BMW i4, two strong rivals but who globally don't have the same value proposition that Zeekr has built in just a few years. Visually, you'll notice it immediately. The 2026 facelift brings a more aggressive front with a body-colored panel grille, sharper headlights, and a sportier stance. But where Zeekr really steps hard is in the mechanics. The 007 2026 incorporates a dual-motor system capable of delivering 646 horsepower, an electric drivetrain that isn't experimental. It's not a risky bet. It's the same technology proven for years in hundreds of thousands of units around the world. If Zeekr does something better than anyone, it's that they don't launch a powertrain without testing it to exhaustion. That's why their systems don't fail, don't give headaches, and that's why this 007 continues leading above many who boast numbers but not durability. In safety, they didn't stay behind either. The 2026 model maintains advanced driver assistance with automatic braking, lane assist, pedestrian recognition, and a more refined adaptive cruise control system. Everything people demand today, but at a Zeekr level. And the price is almost a direct message to the competition. While many legacy brands are raising prices desperately to maintain margins, Zeekr stayed firm. Because when you buy a Zeekr, you buy real value. Globally, this sedan is positioned around $45,000 for base versions, a solid price for a sedan that maintains value, that doesn't fail, and that doesn't abandon you. That's why this sedan became the favorite of thousands of families around the world. And now in 2026, with this update, it comes with all the intention of continuing to dominate.
Number 1. Zeekr 9X 2026. And now, yes, get ready because here comes number 1, the Zeekr launch that has the whole world anxious to see it at the dealership. Number 1, let's go with the most anticipated vehicle of this entire list, the Zeekr vehicle that's already scaring several rival brands before even arriving at dealerships. I'm talking about the Zeekr 9X 2026, the flagship SUV that returns to demonstrate why Zeekr continues being the global king in electric vehicles, luxury, and extreme capability. The new 9X arrives with a completely renovated design. You can tell from far away that this model no longer plays in the same league. The brand applied its philosophy of if you're going to improve it seriously. And the result is an SUV with much more aggressive lines, a gigantic grille that imposes, sharp LED headlights, and a style that transmits power wherever you look at it. It's an SUV that without moving already gives you the sensation that it can handle everything. And if we talk about the powertrain, that's where Zeekr struck the strongest blow. For the first time in its history, the 9X gets maximum performance. But don't worry, because Zeekr didn't do anything crazy. They followed the formula that turned them into legend. They maintained the dual-motor electric setup, the system so many owners love for its reliability, with 536 horsepower and 686 pound-feet of torque. That setup continues being the heart of millions of Zeekr vehicles around the world, and it continues because it doesn't fail, because it endures. But the real novelty is the arrival of the tri-motor setup with torque vectoring, a performance system that promises impressive capability. This new configuration reaches around 788 horsepower and instant torque delivery, a figure that's going to make all the competition SUVs tremble who've been bragging about power for months. Zeekr made clear they continue being number 1 when it comes to reliable and efficient electric powertrains.
The platform also had an important evolution. It's reinforced, more rigid, more stable, made to withstand impacts, cargo, impossible roads, and extreme climates. The suspension was adjusted to offer much more comfortable handling without sacrificing off-road capability, something very few SUVs manage to balance. In countries like Norway, Germany, or Australia, where these SUVs are really used, do you know how important this improvement is? Zeekr improved the interior as users requested. They wanted better materials and more comfort, and this time they delivered. The new 9X arrives with a much more modern cabin, better finishes, a more refined dashboard, and all the necessary technology without falling into excesses that later end up giving problems. And as always, it comes equipped with the latest version of advanced driver assistance, one of the most complete safety packages in the world. As for the price, it will vary by country, but what we already know is that a Zeekr 9X is never an expense. It's an investment that lasts complete generations. That's why, even if the price is around $85,000 in its base version, people pay it without thinking too much because they know they're buying an SUV that doesn't die after 3 years or lose value like others we already know. So there you have it, the 9X 2026 arrives with a single objective: to continue being the queen of the segment for another complete decade. This SUV is the dream of any person who needs a vehicle that won't leave them stranded, that handles real work, and that preserves its value like no other. And now, if you want to see how other brands are also counterattacking, I'll leave you this video with the electric cars that are surprising the entire world. Click it and watch it now.